Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today is a windy day, it's dry and it's not too cold, so it's a perfect day to work on some trees. So I have this root over rock planting here that I started last spring, but sadly 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys did not make it. So let's go in the garden and collect some trees, because like I told you, here in the neighborhood we have a few big field maples and we are infested with seedlings, which of course is very nice. So let's collect some. So this is the wall of my house and I'm holding the camera. It's not the most perfect way to film, and here you see one of these field maples that grew straight on this rock here. So I'm gonna remove the rock and I'm going to take my shovel and try to get him out. Of course I'm going to put the camera down because it's going to be impossible to do that with one hand. So I'll be back in a jiffy. He's almost loose now. I'm just, well, that's the guy. Okay, so now a little further we have one here. You see, that's a little one right here. So how does this one present itself? Well, almost the same, right in the border. So I'm going to put my shovel here and try to lift him. And here we have him with a quite nice root base. More than enough. So I needed 4 trees and I got 6, because a few are quite small, but I'm going to plant them anyway and then see how I can manage to bring them together. But first of all, I'm going to get this thing out of the pot, because I replanted another big tree and I got a little bigger pot now. So yeah, I'm going to use the bigger one, because this one is just, you know, it's just not good enough. So let's get this out and then add these ones and look at the wiring, etc, etc. So this whole thing was wired, and well, we have a little seedling growing here also. Here we have a weed. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. And this wiring is not bad at all, but of course I will have to get rid of it. So that's what I'm gonna do first, in order to put the other trees extra. Of course this will not have fused in the few months that it grew, but it has some movement to where I want it to go, which is of course already good, and it's gonna help in the redesigning of this whole thing. So you see they stay almost where they should stay, and so I'm going to add the other ones, and then we're going to reposition this slightly. Maybe I'm going to try to put the trees really together here at the center instead of the front of this rock. So I'm going to get this out of the pot now. This is not going to be easy because it's very heavy. Maybe tapping the thing, yeah, it's a little loose. Well, I'm gonna shut down the video here and come back when it's out. Well, it went rather well, and as you can see, we have a root ball that is of course not completely pot bound, but it stays in the shape of the pot, so that means that there has been some growth. And in order to put some extra trees, of course, I'm going to try to find the the rock and then get rid of the dead ones. So this is the dead one. I must first of all see where he is. That's a shame because I remember I had a hollow here. Yeah, okay, well, we'll replace it. So that's one. That guy, this is the weed. Yeah, I don't know how you call this weed in English. In Dutch we call it paardenbloem, which means horse flower. Might be horse flower in English, I have no clue. So I'm going to need 2 here. So let's get 2. Then this one could do. Yeah, probably start the raffia all over. It will be much more intelligent. So this one is okay. Here we have a dead one, so I must remember that. So 1, 2, and then 3. So this is it. Where is he? Yeah, I have good new growth here on the roots. So this is a dead one, and then we have a dead one here. So let's wiggle it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to take scissors now to remove the raffia. First I'm going to try to loosen the soil a little more. Not here, because I don't need to replace anything here, except of course for the raffia, but it's gonna be no problem to leave some raffia here. I'm just going to bury it, and hopefully the next time that I'm going to need to repot this tree, it will be without any casualties. This was a nice spot because we had a tree, remember, growing here in the void, which might be a very nice feature in the future. So I'm just going to add the trees on top of the existing raffia, maybe, because it's quite loose, and so I'm not going to dislodge all these other guys. So I'm going to take some raffia and then the trees. I think I might try a slightly different way of working now. I'm going to put the trees just where I want them to fuse, and see that of course the roots touch the tray. Yeah, I cleaned it up a little. I changed the tray like so, maybe here, and this is a really small one which I can add here like so, and then going to put a few in the back. Here, and maybe one here. That could be very nice. I have 2 more. So maybe a bigger one here. Like so. Because the roots are going in that direction, it might give some extra movement to the whole plant. Maybe I can make a 3rd tree, but then I think I rather take this one here, like so, and one more in the front, this one then, and get these two together. Let me see, so we have one here, and I'm gonna need another one in the back, and this is supposed to be the back. So one here, like that, and this one here. That's the last one. Okay, so this and this comes, so I'm gonna drop these two first. This and this comes together with this. So I'm going to remove the leaves now at this particular point, so I can see what I'm doing. To turn it a little. No, I need this, and this goes back in the bucket. So the leaves, remove them here. Yep, so this is good. This should remove, and here, that's okay. I'm going to take a bigger one for this one, like so. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get these together. So that's the reason why I had to remove the leaves. And these two. Okay. And I'm going to take a piece of wire and just strap this. So that's good. Always when you do things like that, it's a complete mess. You don't know what you're doing, everything's falling over. Then you realize you forgot a tree. But in this case, I think I have them all. So I'm trying to distribute the roots on the rock, you see. So here 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And on the other side I have 1, 2, 3, and here is room for another one. Like so, maybe. I'm going to take my wire cutters, okay, because I'm going to need this piece of wire, maybe the thickest in the front. It has nice roots too. It's very straight though. I don't know. If I put him here, it might be okay, but this is gonna be very strange. No, I'm not gonna do that. Let me see. I'm gonna put this one in the back. This one's a little thinner, so it's going to be possible to bend it a little more, or maybe just use the fork here, which could be nice. So this one in the back, and then I have a last one, a little one that I can put here in the front, like so. I'm going to take a little piece of wire, and I realize you cannot see anything for the moment, but it's going to be okay in a few seconds. And I must say that I don't see a whole lot myself. Okay, so let's go from a distance. So this is probably better for your view. So we have one in the front here, which is supposed to come this way, so a little more to the bottom, like so. And of course floating in the air here, which might add a little visual interest. This here, that's good. And then we have these guys in the back, which is also good. So I'm going to take the new pot now, put it in, and then add the soil and press the trees against the rock while I'm doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. This is the new pot, and as you see, it's a little wider. And now I'm taking the whole thing, putting it in. It fits very well, I must say. And what I'm trying to do now is get the trees at the top in position and pressing them against the rock where I want it. Especially the small ones, because they are not going to cause a big trouble here. These ones I'm just going to need to spread them a little, and I will adjust the wire when the soil is in. So this is well spread. On the other side it looks good. I'm not going to show you because it's not easy to turn this thing. And I'm just going to add the soil now, and I'll be back when this is done. Just going to try to show what I'm doing here. So I'm taking the roots now and I'm putting them where I want them, and then I'm adding some soil to fix them. So this one I want to get it off the rock. So just little by little I'm fixing these roots. It's easier with this pot, but still don't have a whole lot of room to work. And every time I'm adjusting the other roots to make sure that they are where I like them to be. But with every bit of substrate that I add, I'm fixing it, so it's good. Okay, so now the same for the ones here. I don't think it's easy to see anything for you, but I'm trying. So again, fixing the roots. Well, that was not too bad. Just going to try to get the trees where I want them to come together. It's very strange, I already have fusion here. Didn't expect that to happen this season, but I'm not going to complain. So I'm going to take these ones and get them together. Since this is the front, I'd like to have the trees a little more in the front. This branch I don't need it, I think, but well, just going to remove a little part of it and then try to fix them here for starters. And then wire down so that every twist and turn that I make gives it some more traction. So I'm going to end up with the trees quite tight to the rock, like so. That's not bad. I'm going to zoom in a little. The front trees, the main trees, and I could wire it, but therefore I'm going to wait that all the leaves are gone, of course. So that's not the moment. I'm going to do the same for the little ones here. So I have an other piece of wire. Just going to get this little piece off here. And try to get them straight over it. I'm going to remove my hands so that you can see better. So here you see we have the trees quite on the right spot, but not on the right distance. And now by getting the wire a little lower, it gives some more traction, and we are now a whole lot closer to the rock, so that's better. So in conclusion, what we have here now is a bunch of trees on a rock, one entity, another, the biggest one, and a small one at the front. And of course this is really not interesting to look at, but there is one very positive thing. So the positive thing is the distance between this and this is not the same. That's good, because otherwise it would be too symmetric. And what is not interesting is that it is all straight going up now, but that's not really a problem, because, well, you can imagine that I'm going to wire this, and that this will come more in the front, this will be the main thing, this will go that way, and we will have, of course, to take care of the rest of the 3 dimensions and try to make something here for the back, etc. But that's not the moment. I'm going to wait until the leaves have fallen off, and then I might do some wiring. So this almost concludes the work for today. I'm going to add some more soil, I think, but of course it's just, well, really adding some more soil, and I think that will be it for today. So I hope it gives you some ideas to start your own project. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and see you next time.